You want to tell the rest of everyone what the commission is of?
Yeah, it's Gaff from Blade Runner.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I think I opened the reference. Not it's not reference. It's
Inspiration.
inspiration or tribute, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's so Gaff is a character that the whole reason for this character is to observe the main character,
Yeah.
and that's part of the idea in the movie that with the origami
Yes. Yeah.
that he does.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was looking for uh, inspiration from classical art or art in general, because there's a lot of art that talks about the observer, like who's looking at the image, who's painting, who is drawing. And I found a really cool classical. It's not really classical. It's from the 19th century, and
Yeah.
it's from a Portuguese artist,
I want to say Henrique Poussau.
Posau,
Pozau.
and Henrique Posau. And yeah, so the it's a drawing of a boy, but it's the boy is looking at right at the camera. There's no camera at the artist,
Yeah.
and you can show it maybe on the screen.
Yeah, I'm showing it on the screen.
And you can see the starting. So it's in the artist studio,
Yeah.
and you can see the tools of the artist, and in the background you see the painting that he started to draw.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he I think he probably started drawing the drawing that you see on the in the background behind the boy, and okay. And maybe later he changed his mind and decided to do something else. And another thing that you see in the image is the boy is holding a small drawing of they say that it's a drawing that he drew
Of
himself.
himself. Yeah, it's a stick figure.
Yeah. So I think it's an interesting drawing about drawings.
Well, the title is Esperando o Suceso, which means waiting for success. Pretty sure my pronunciation was not pinpoint accurate, but I do enjoy languages, so I try my best to use some sort of accent that might be
Yeah.
amenable.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for success. So basically, I think we can safely say that there's some sort of Ars Poetic theme here,
Yeah, yeah.
right? He's making a painting about the process of creating a work of art.
Yeah.
It's probably part of it, not all of it. I didn't read what it says here, but it would be interesting to go over that afterwards.
Yeah, so there are other painting that do that. I think the most famous one, because a lot of artists in the Renaissance drew themselves inside their creations. So
Yes, yeah.
Michelangelo, for example, and
Raphael,
Raphael,
yeah.
a lot of them.
The School of Philosophers with Raphael.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
But
Michelangelo is actually notorious for placing himself in a Where's Waldo type situation into his
It's not
work.
even Where's Waldo. It's pretty obvious. You can.
Mostly they always, well, not always, but mostly they place themselves in the background somewhere,
Mhm,
off to the side, or obscured in between other figures.
mhm,
And it's sort of like this Easter egg. It's like the artist is peeking back at you through the art that they created.
mhm.
I think it's a type of breaking of the fourth wall as well,
Yeah,
but it's a very specific type.
yeah. So I was looking at Michelangelo for reference, but I didn't find any pose that was suitable for this.
Right. Yeah.
But this boy, I think it's a very. I'm not sure I like the drawing itself. It's
Yeah.
very
I
awkward,
don't
right?
like the drawing actually. The
There's
only thing
something
I like about
there's
the
something
drawing is the face.
yeah.
The face is done really
There's
well.
something very creepy about this boy,
Yes,
right?
yeah. It feels like circus clownish type vibe I'm getting from it. It feels like maybe duplicitous also in a way.
I don't know, what's
Duplicitous
duplicitous.
means like two-faced, or there one thing is being presented, but something else is going on underneath the surface.
Mm,
Like the child is smiling, but it also sort of feels like he's about to steal your money
yeah,
or maybe stab you. Um,
yeah,
it's just like, whatever. It's a not even an interpretation, but just the vibe that you get from it.
yeah. So the thing is, I'm not sure I like the drawing itself, but I do like the pose.
Yeah, the pose is
The
amazing.
pose is very, very interesting. Like he's blocking his smile a little bit with one hand and probably maybe wiping his face
Mm.
or something like that. And the other hand is also the gesture of the hand itself is very, very well done.
Yeah, I wanted to sort of say something about the face because I mentioned liking the way that it looked. So I'm just gonna, for the viewers, and for those of you who are just listening and not looking at the screen, I'll let you know what I'm talking about. So if I take a piece of
Do you
paper.
think people only listen to
Oh yeah, for
this?
sure.
Yeah.
Everything that's on YouTube, you'll find people. So I do it myself when I'm working on a physical project. I'll put YouTube on in the background, but I'm not looking at the screen. I'm just listening to the podcast.
Yeah, but it's like specifically it's a drawing show, so it's weird if people are just listening
Oh,
to.
for sure. I'm betting you when we have a big enough audience, people will listen to this while they're drawing. I'm betting you. Okay, so what I wanted to say about the face is I'm gonna put a little notepad on one side of the face. Okay, look what happens. Look at this side of the face. This looks evil. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
There's like this downturned eyebrow. The eye is rolled up a little bit. You're getting a little bit of the white on the under eye here. The shadow is much more pronounced, uh, and it actually bleeds into the cheek shadow as well. So the nose, the brow, and the cheek are all in darkness. You have a little bit of the cheek peeking out. There's this fold, a slight fold that denotes like someone who's tired or mad a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I take away the notepad and I put it on the other side, you would never know that that first half and the second half are on the same face if you saw them separately.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a somewhat
Regular
mischievous but
kid.
happy child.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look evil in any way, even though the eyebrow is downturned here. It's all lit up. You're just getting a little bit of the shadow underneath the cheek, and the smile is there as well. The eye, even though there is a little bit of white underneath, in the context of this half of the face, it just looks happy. It just looks like he's looking up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I think that's a lot of, in classical painting and later as well, they would use these sort of like subliminal techniques
Mm-hmm.
to make the viewer feel mixed emotions about something, or get the emotional undertow to be more interesting and not just
Yeah.
one note.
Yeah.
And then when you take it away, yeah, you can see like now if you sort of like move back and forth between this half and that half, and you move back and view it all together, you start to get a feeling for why it's giving this sort of like
Mm-hmm.
complex emotional vibe.
Yeah, and the fact that he blocks part of his face also adds to that.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I agree about I really like the face and the hands.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's there's something creepy about it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's
Also,
probably on purpose.
have you noticed that the painting and the backdrop seems to be, even though we're seeing the painting in profile, or the drawing rather, it seems to be sort of like giving side eye and looking in the
Yeah.
direction of
Mm-hmm.
us and also the child itself. So
Mm-hmm.
we have a child holding a portrait of himself with another portrait of himself behind him looking at him.
Yeah.
It's pretty meta. I mean, this was done in 1882.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layered contexts interweaving here, and it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's too yellow, in my opinion. I don't know if the original was this yellow or it
Probably
yellowed
not.
over time.
Yeah,
Because even the
probably.
skin tone looks really yellow, so
Yeah, it's probably
yeah,
it's not
like
the
light
original
damage.
color.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But definitely the poses is really good
Mm-hmm.
and pretty unique.
So yeah, so interesting idea. So I thought it's a good tribute to make for Blade Runner, specifically for this character.
Yeah. Did you notice that the foot in the front has a really, really strong
Flex
toe arc, like a flex?
toe, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Is it flex or yeah,
toe,
point, point.
point.
Very strong. And also the shoes are reminiscent of ballet shoes, even though I know they're not supposed to be ballet shoes. They're just
Mm-hmm.
do-it-yourself sort of piece of leather
It's
with.
probably is a poor
But why would a
poor
child this
boy.
young be able to point their foot in such an extreme way?
I think the probably around this time they didn't have a lot of access to small children
Mm. Mm-hmm.
as reference for drawing.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it maybe did have a boy at some point, but not for a long time.
Do you think that the sitter was possibly an adult?
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, I guess.
That's why a lot of the drawings from even though it's the 19th century, so not sure about that. But in the before that, like in the Renaissance times,
Yeah.
you can see that a lot of the babies sometimes look like adults.
Oh,
It's
for
because
sure. Yeah.
they didn't have access to babies.
Yeah.
They couldn't just draw babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So we can see again with the various colors that you use in the staging phase or sketch phase.
Sketch, yeah.
Yeah. So you have the red is the fabrics, and the hat is blue, the backdrop is blue,
Yeah.
and then we have the sash or the belt is green, and the smoke apparition
Yeah.
is also green. So just in order to again separate,
The smoke, by the way, is
a face.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The face of
I really, really love the lapel. This like huge, exaggerated, pointy, almost drag queen-esque.
Yeah, he looks like a pimp, basically.
He does, yeah. It's definitely one of the inspirations, I'm sure, for Gaff.
And it's interesting because in the movie the costume design is very, very good, and a lot of the movie is shot like in a with some sort of a filter over it because they wanted to give the um noir
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
So it's all very dark. But if you look at the costume design, you can see that a lot of the clothes are very colorful. But eventually, you don't really see the colors in the movie itself because it's very dark and supposed to give you a noir vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the first time they thought about combining film noir and science fiction together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But probably it was um, very inspired by Mobius.
So I'm just going to read a little passage about Gaff. By 2039, Gaff had retired and was living in a senior care facility. He maintained a friendship with his former LAPD colleague Lydia Wojcik. Shortly after Wojcik, I think I'm saying Wojcik, was it Wojcik? Former Blade Runner Anna Ashina came to the facility in search of her. Gaff informed Ash that Wojcik had passed away and was aware that Ash intended to kill Nyander Wallace.
What is this before the second Blade Runner or?
I think it's before the second Blade Runner. Yeah, as of 2049, so this is also before the latest movie that came out. Gaff continued to live in the care facility, so he was old by that time. Officer K met him during his investigation into the whereabouts of Deckard and Rachel's child, where the two talked about Deckard. Enigmatic as
Yeah,
always, Gaff remarked,
it's the second movie.
yeah, before the Gaff remarked that he knew Deckard was
No,
not.
I think this is the second movie. It happens in the second movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. As of 2049, right? Because the second movie is titled 2049, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just I would just wanted to read a passage about Gaff. If I see something else that's interesting, I'll read that. So they worked alongside each other, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that Gaff knew about Agent K. Am I?
You what?
So wait, I just want to make sure. Right, Officer K. Yeah, I'm saying I don't think that Gaff
K
knew
is
that K
is the
was a
replicant.
replicant. That's what
I
I don't think
I don't
so.
think it's I don't think it was. We all knew he's a replicant from the beginning of the movie, the second movie. K is Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did Gaff know that Officer
I don't remember it
K?
being a thing, so okay, we'll do the.
So it's not really explicated. And also, someone adds on Reddit that Deckard is never actually confirmed to be a replicant or confirmed to
Yeah,
be not a
it's
replicant.
hinted, but it's
Yeah,
because you see the in the director's cut version, you see the origami
right.
at the end, so but not in the regular theatrical release, only in the director's cut.
Hmm. So it's a unicorn, right? That he,
Yeah.
yeah. The origami unicorn, most notably from the film Blade Runner, symbolizes implanted memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Questioning the nature of reality makes sense because it's a horse that has a horn in the middle of its forehead,
Hmm.
and hidden knowledge of a replicant's existence. Because unicorn is that sort of the odd one out.
Yeah.
Um, so they picked the symbology very
Hmm.
astutely and precisely. They could have just had him folding cranes, right? But they didn't. So yeah, some people are saying that the fact that it's an origami unicorn represents a message from Gaff indicating that he's aware that Deckard's
Yeah,
true
yeah, yeah,
nature. Yeah,
sure.
so
That's
so
the
that's
idea of
one of
the
the reasons
ending.
I guess I just picked up on that, but other people have it makes sense that they did it on purpose, and that's one of the reasons I wasn't sure if he suspected
But
Officer
I
K.
think you're mixing the first movie and the second movie.
Oh, I'm just using all of the information from both.
Because the unicorn, the folded origami unicorn, was in the first movie.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was about Deckard, about Harrison Ford's character.
right.
And Ryan Gosling's character, we knew he was a replicant from the beginning.
Did we though?
Yeah, the whole thing with this movie, with the second one, was he knew he was a replicant, but he was starting to believe that he was a real person because
Mm.
they implanted some memories that got him confused.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it
And
says.
eventually he was based on I think a real person's memories, but he was a replicant.
So obviously, I don't know if I made a mistake, but I was confusing my wires were crossed between Agent K and Deckard.
Okay.
I meant to say, did Gaff suspect Deckard
Deckard.
of
Yeah,
being a
Gaff
replicant? Yeah, yeah,
Gaff is the one that
yeah. Okay.
puts the unicorn there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Okay. All right.
the second movie was different because it was we the audience knew he was a replicant, but they gave us some hints that he might be not a replicant, like the opposite of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually he was, but his memories were based on I think what I think it was this girl that was the kid of Deckard and Rachel at the end,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. By the way, do you know who Ridley Scott and the production team originally meant to cast as Deckard?
No?
It's Harrison. No, what am I saying? It's Dustin Hoffman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could work.
and also Daryl Hannah was the first choice to play Pre.
Daryl Hannah is in the movie, right?
Yes, and but Debbie Harry was offered the role before her.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Debbie Harry
and then it
from
says my biggest regret of all is turning down the role of the blonde robot Priz or Pre in
Pris.
release. I don't. Is it Priz? They say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blondie singer says that she turned it down and it was one of her biggest regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could work as well.
that would be cool. Actually, I see
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Harry in that role. Daryl Hannah obviously is
Yeah.
she's amazing, and I'm happy that we got her as the actress.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Blondie, that could Debbie Harry could have also rocked that role for sure. It would just be slightly different.
Yeah. And also the actor that played the like the bad guy that killed the Tyrell. I think he's not alive anymore. He was a German actor.
I thought you were gonna say he was a German Shepherd.
No,
That would have been strange, though.
what's his name? The guy that played the bad replicant.
In which film?
Blade Runner.
The first one.
Yeah.
Oh, I have his face in my mind, but I don't have his name in my mind.
Very blonde.
Rutger Hauer,
Yeah.
Roy Batty, right? Yeah, he was the leader of the Renegade Nexus 6 replicants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they were produced to only have a 4-year lifespan or 8-year lifespan or
That's
something.
why he's trying to
they
figure
tried
out
to
how to
debug themselves to live a bit longer. Planned obsolescence.
Yeah. There's a interesting story about planned obsolescence because Edison, when he developed the light bulb,
Yeah.
it at first it worked for a very long time.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the first time they actually did the planned obsolescence.
Oh, it's insidious, I tell you. We watched that video together. I don't remember if it was Veritasium or something along the lines. Maybe Joe Scott is his name.
They used they changed the light bulb for it to burn down after a while.
I think they
on
made
purpose.
the filament much thinner.
I don't remember what they actually did, but I know that there's a famous light bulb that was developed before they did the planned obsolescence,
Yeah.
and it still works today.
For like 100 years already, right?
Yeah, even more. I think it's in somewhere in the US in a fire department building
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah, that sounds the Phoebus cartel. The cartel took over market territories and lowered the useful life of bulbs on
Yeah.
purpose. So
Yeah.
conspiracies sometimes are real, people. Even though this one is, you could argue that
It's very known.
that it's innocuous, but I don't know if it is actually, because if you take into account all of the light bulbs that have been bought since and sold since,
Yeah.
and all of the material that goes into producing them, and the purposeful wastefulness in the name of like capitalism, it's just, I don't know if it's that innocuous actually. Is it directly responsible for the lives, like, no, probably not. We're not talking about weapons production here, but still, I think if you have a technology that is working really well and producing objects that last for a long time, bumping that down just to make more money is a specific kind of evil.
Yeah, but every company does that.
Which doesn't mean that it's okay.
No.
It just means that
it happens all
everyone's the time. Yeah, it's sort of like just a thing that you have to,
because there's no law to ban it, to say that
it would be very complex to police that if it were a law.
I don't think so.
It would, because to show the due diligence process, you could also obfuscate information anywhere along the way of research and development. Anywhere along the way, you could just say that it's the best that you came up with. And showing full transparency of a R&D and production process is just not, I don't think that it's tenable.
Yeah.
Is that a word, tenable?
I don't know.
Yeah, able to be maintained. Um,
Yeah, I really like the reference I chose. Well, tribute.
yeah.
And I think it's a very interesting story to tell about this piece afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main reason I do that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Collectors love that
Oh yeah, for
when they
sure.
have a story with the
I think it adds two layers at the same time. It doesn't just add one layer, and I'll explain why. So it adds the layer of a reference to a different work, or it doesn't even have to be visual work. It could also be mythology or any number of things.
Mhm.
And then it adds another layer of the connection between what you're referencing and the character that you're drawing.
Yeah, and also there's another thing, because a lot of the times it helps me to come up with the idea for the pose itself.
Right.
So that's a more technical thing, but it also changes the way, because I can come up with any different like poses for
Yes.
anything.
And also sometimes when you reference something, you don't actually use the pose of the thing that you're referencing. You'll use the idea or any
Yeah.
number of other uh, attributes.
Yeah, once I have the reference or the tribute, I don't actually use it for reference
Yes.
most of the times.
Yeah.
But this time I did use it because I really like the way this hand, for example,
Yeah.
looked at the
Yeah.
drawing.
Right.
Very
Foreshortening.
very articulated.
Yeah, it almost looks like dancing, like
Yeah. The way he was, and he was holding a paper, which is also very suitable for this, for the origami.
right. Yeah, yeah. That would be in the layer, part of the things that are present in the layer that connects between
Yeah.
the reference and the character. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's a cool idea to place him in a bar
Mm-hmm.
for the noir theme.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what the smoke face is going to look like.
The smoke face is supposed to be Deckard.
Yeah.
Smoke face.
Smoke face. It sounds like a new supervillain. Or maybe not a
So
supervillain, just a
he was
villain.
in he also played in the second movie, right?
Yes,
The
he was.
same actor.
Yes, because I remember Officer K went out to a desolate desert area
Yeah.
and discovered Harrison
No,
Ford's
yeah, that's what.
character.
Yeah, that was Harrison Ford, but I'm talking about Gaff.
Oh, Gaff. Yeah.
The guy that
Yes.
played.
Yeah.
He played in the second movie
I
as
think he
well.
reprised the role, right?
I think so too.
Yes, Edward James Olmos reprises his iconic role as Gaff in 2049. Yeah, so it's the same actor.
Yeah, he has a very distinct facial features.
So I'm gonna try something. There's a certain podcast that we listen to. I can't say that I remember the name of it off the top of my head, but when they describe an image of a person,
Oh yeah, it's deep cuts.
deep cuts with who and who? Dave Baker and
Dave
Andrew
Baker and
Price,
yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
exactly.
So it's so funny. It's my favorite part of each episode.
And I got to meet Dave once
Yeah,
at I think at San
New
Diego.
York, maybe?
San Diego, I
San
think.
Diego, yeah. So I'm gonna say what Gaff looks like to me. Like if I didn't know who the character was, just based on his demeanor and his outfit and his face, what kind of connotations come to mind? So Gaff, he's wearing a trench coat, but it has a sort of like lavish I guess, fur or faux fur or velvet or something inside the upper lapel.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing is it a bowler hat? Is that what it's called?
I think it's like a 1930s man's hat.
A bolo, maybe. Maybe a bolo. What's a bolo hat? I have all these words in my mind and I don't always remember what. So he's wearing this like sort of somewhat pimpy looking, short brimmed, brim all around though, hat. And he has a mustache that sort of makes you go, I should stay away from that guy.
Yeah.
It looks like he does accounting for a brothel.
Okay. Counting.
Accounting for a brothel. But he's also sort of like been there for a long time.
He started
So
as a bouncer.
he started
right?
as the bouncer, and then they realized like he's good with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been there for a long time. So he's basically one of the co-founders at this point, I guess. Like he's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, been working there for 20 years.
Got very high in the
He
ranks.
looks like at any point in time, he would have at least two disparate types of drugs on his person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, he looks like he's pretty good at lying
Mm-hmm.
to people.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about
Yeah,
the.
even though it's not his character in the movie, whatever you said.
Oh yeah. I'm just going off. I'm
By the
blanking
way
that
he
out of my
looks.
mind. I'm putting it
Yeah.
aside, and I'm just going off of the images of Gaff to describe the character. He has a cane. It doesn't really look like he possibly doesn't really need it, or maybe he does sort of need it, but it's more of an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably an illicit substance inside a compartment of the cane when he unscrews the top of it as well. Possibly even
A
a
sword.
dagger.
A dagger,
Yeah,
a sword.
yeah. He looks crafty, is what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Pimp or accountant at a brothel. Or maybe he sort of does both. He's like a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. Master of none, except of origami.
Yeah. How would you rate these from hardest to easiest? Making a workshop. So I guess like organizing it and putting it together. Publishing a book. Creating commissions. Or selling prints. So
It's not. It's like comparing different. It's not comparable.
yeah, they're very vastly different things.
Like working on a book is gonna be
By far
by far
the
the.
most difficult.
It's not about difficulty. It's about time consuming. It's the
But
most.
it's also about finding the publisher and reaching out to people and creating the uh, information to send out to prospective publishing houses
Yeah.
and writing the story and
Yeah.
then reviewing it and rewriting it and editing it and have a second person look at it to point things out and then
Yeah,
changing
and
it.
the amount of knowledge
It's a lot.
the amount of knowledge you need in order to do a comic book is
A graphic novel, yeah.
way more than
Any of the other things.
any of the other things.
Yeah, commissions are. Yeah, it's basically not even apples to oranges. It's like saying which one is harder to make, an apple, or maybe no, but sliced apple and like shepherd's pie. So, I guess making commissions, you need all of the background experience and knowledge, but at the actual act of making the commission.
I know people who only do commissions.
Right.
Easter egg
Yeah,
here.
it's so cool. Really does look very dynamic as well.
And I specifically made the hat right up to the eyes for it to be a little bit like menacing.
A little bit. Yeah. The character is shifty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect pose for this character, actually.
Mm-hmm.
because of the walking cane and
Yeah, so he's
presenting
holding.
presenting the paper, which in the original was a drawing, but here it's the origami.
And he holds the cane with his legs, which is also fits the pose.
And yeah, this one is turning out, it's a banger.